Keep striving until my lungs can't breathe. They're all tired, I don't know about fatigue. Got my bros back if we come under siege. Got my dogs with me, I ain't carrying a leash. Thank the Lord for my freedom of speech, cause I say what I like and I do what I please. Brothers think I didn't train for this my whole life. Tried to tell them it didn't come with ease. They must have thought that I didn't put in graft. Stayed fully focused and stuck to the task. When it paid off, I was like at last. Them other brothers can kiss my ass. And I promise you that I wouldn't wanna be ya. Them man ain't got this energy, do ya? I cannot feel that vibe going through ya. Flat back quit like my dead computer. Told them once and I tell them again. Giving up's not an option, I fight to the end. Physical attributes at 10 out of 10. So trying to catch me, I wouldn't recommend. Told them once and I tell them again. Giving up's not an option, I fight to the end. Physical attributes at 10 out of 10. So trying to catch me, I wouldn't recommend. I'm from a different life, different type. Energies, flows, vibes. I'm from a different life, different type. Energies, flows, vibes. They couldn't top this. Winning team going crazy, it's like a mosh pit. Lonely at the top, don't give what it's costing. Told them once and I tell them again. Giving up not an option, I fight to the end. Physical attributes at 10 out of 10.
Welcome to the WBC Arena. So here, it's the... This bout is... What a pleasure it is to be here in this... After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. No rest for the weary. And shoot. Punch, counter punch. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Well done with that counter shot. There's not a seat to be had in this arena, Johnny. It's got that big fight feel, doesn't it?
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
Nice counter. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. And he scores with the counter. Can't score with that jab. Good counter punching. A perfect counter shot. A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got a dummy shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Both men step back for just a moment. When are we going to see a jab from these two? He misses with that jab. How about that time counter shot? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter shot. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And he fails to score with that left hook. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they've emphasized their physical fitness? Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
You'd like to see more jabs. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice defense there, blocking the hook. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Throws the jab, but does not score. Not a lot of defense here at all. Counter shot lands. Nice counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. All right, Alvarez in that last round. Let's get it started in round 3. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
There's a counter shot. A perfect counter lands. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do?
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Oh, my word. Canelo just got clipped. How is this fight still continuing?
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes up to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That counter punch caught him clean. The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
They're giving us a high-tempo show. Back and forth they go. And it's survival time for David Benavidez. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot.
Well, hold on a second, Johnny. We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. How about Alvarez in that last round?
What are you doing?
On to the fourth we go. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
It's the one who draws first blood touch. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you're in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Punch. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Look back in the history books, some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. It hurts, and you can imagine that being used. They're the size of an average man.
Beautiful counter punch. Beautiful counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. Those counter punches. Did you see that? An amazing knockout finish here. That was something special. Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
I need to see that.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
Oh, what a shot! What a shot!
in my eyes. Enemies only can see my demise. Envision my downfall, it's not in my view. I only look up, I will not be subdued. Can never submit, position is grip. The mission persists like it's built out of bricks. In the gym I commit, knocking shit out of shit. Hit equipment till I lose the feel in my fists. Precision my gift. Decisions are swift. At home in the ring, it's like I live in this beat. And I'm undisputed. So undisputed. Yeah. Pound for pound, 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 pound for pound. What feel like the night of the fight? Feels like the fight of my life. Lighting my fire, can't even remember which finger is injured or what tired is like. Trained through the pain, flipping them tires. Barbells was lifting them skyward and higher. I ran through the rain, worked till I'm drained. Put on headphones and do it all over again. Chains clang from hitting the bag. Throwing them fast, trying to fold it in half. Footwork rehearsed till I floated in the
And here, Sugar Ray Robinson, one of the most skilled boxers to ever live. They'll be fighting. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That counter punch caught him clean. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Trying to land that jab. The fans have been waiting all day for this one, and they are highly hydrated. What an environment it's going to be tonight underneath the stars.
Now things have cooled down. Now the fans are heating it up again. They've been excited, waiting for this. How they prepared for this, these fighters. This is going to be so hard, but so different.
Nice counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Those counter punches have to hurt. A hook scores. Just missed with that jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Good counterpunch. Do you believe what we're seeing? No rest for the weary. How about that time counter shot? Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecard. Beautiful counter punch. They both want the knockout. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Here we go for round two. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think they're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
You're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching your every move, that every twist.
You'd like to see more jabs. Good counter punching. Nice defense there, blocking the hook. Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they've emphasized their physical fitness? And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They exchange punches. He threw a punch and just got countered. Nice counter shot. Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight, it's the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace, you can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
Nice counter. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. There's the bell to start round 3. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a...
Oh, my goodness, Johnny! Crawford in trouble. Crawford got hit hard, and down he goes. And in this replay, you can see it. That body punch folded him like a lawn chair.
You're right, Todd.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in down once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
There's a counter shot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? A perfect counter shot. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Swing and a miss with the right hook. Pretty good start the first half of this round.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
The perfect counter lands. Catch and shoot. Did well to block that right hook. That counter shot lands. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes on a day ring with guys like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
And he scores with the counter. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round.
Come on, switch on.
Here we go to the fourth round. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Well done with that counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Beautiful counter shot. Hey, those punches add up. Swing and a miss with that hook. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Punch, counter punch. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. This fight has a real good flow to it. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Look at the hand speed and footwork between these two elite-level middleweights. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Time for the fifth round. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Defense here at all. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone.
could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
Where did... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Listen to me. Are you okay?
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Don't waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to call you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points for losing around.
We're at the halfway point. There's no doubt who's won this round so far.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Nice counter punch. Both men step back for just a moment. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Good counter punching. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
The straight right just misses. So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Let's start the 6. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
We wanted action, and they are delivering. And he scores with the counter. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow.
Whoa, Johnny! Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. How did they survive that?
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough, tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Catch and shoot. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Good idea, but misses with the left hook. Pretty close fight here. Punch, counter punch. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
You've got to be courageous when you're getting in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Good counter punching. The courage on display here is incredible. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Not a lot of punch punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Whoa, wait a minute! Terrence Crawford just got rocked. And you can see here on the replay, a perfect body shot, and he dropped like a loose suit.
Even I've got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
What a build-up. What a journey towards this fight. What a fight itself. The crowd enjoyed it. The fighters enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it. And what a way to end the fight. There's no mistake there about who won. What a shot.